Our top focus this morning is on UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and BJP Chief JP Nadda. It will be happening later today in the capital. Yesterday, Yogi met with Home Minister Amit Shah, and that meeting went on for 1.5 hours. These key meetings in Delhi comes ahead of the upcoming Uttar Pradesh elections.
The last 2 months have been very challenging for Yogi Adityanath. On Thursday, in the backdrop of growing discontentment over handling of second wave, the Chief Minister arrived in the capital and within an hour headed to meet Home Minister Amit Shah. Yogi and Shah were closeted for an hour and a half at the Home Minister's house. Even as this meeting was underway, BJP President JP Nadda met Prime Minister Modi at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, hours ahead of his scheduled meeting with Yogi Adityanath. Party sources have told India Today that the top BJP leadership was unhappy with the functioning of the Uttar Pradesh government, especially the handling of the COVID crisis. The fissures between Yogi and the central party leadership were evident then. The Chief Minister was not invited to the BJP-RSS stock-taking meeting. PM Modi's pictures are also missing from UP BJP and UP government's social media handles. India Today has learnt that party leadership's discontentment with the UP government stems from a range of issues. Several BJP MPs and MLAs are learnt to have complained to the BJP headquarters about Yogi's poor handling of the second wave. The anger rose especially after bodies were seen floating in the Ganga. The poor performance in the Panchayat polls and Yogi's reported opposition to the appointment of former bureaucrat A.K. Sharma, known to be close to Prime Minister, has widened the rift.
For the BJP, the countdown has begun for politically crucial election in Uttar Pradesh. And the underperformance in the recent Panchayat polls has not been encouraging. The party leadership's challenge is to revive BJP's governance in Uttar Pradesh. In Delhi with Paulmi Saha, Abhishek Mishra for India Today.
Now, with a series of meetings in Lucknow and Delhi triggering speculation about a possible leadership change in Uttar Pradesh, the party has readied its battle plan ahead of the crucial assembly elections next year. Sources in BJP are saying that primarily the focus is on 8 key factors which could decide the fate of the party in the state. Highly placed sources have said that apart from minor changes in the government, the state will focus more on the vaccination drive. This may be seen as damage control to overcome the dent faced by the party in the second COVID wave. BJP will also focus on organizational strength and finishing the development agenda. Apart from that, caste realignment and expediting social welfare schemes for the poor is also in focus. The party is also looking to strengthen its alliance with NDA partners in the state with more accommodation and also crafting on religious sentiments. So in the run-up to the elections, there are a number of issues that perhaps the BJP will have to address. Western UP, for example, is simmering over the farm laws. The Modi government has hiked MSP for kharif crops, but farmers are not satisfied with the raise, and many claim that there are no takers for their sugarcane. Here's our ground report.
Under the scorching heat with no shelter and drinking water, Baghpat farmers are waiting to sell their sugarcane. They claim the sugar mills never pay on time, despite the tall claims of the successive governments.
Most of farmers are waiting in the queues, in their tractor trolleys loaded with the sugarcane, the farm produce, and this is the government sugar mill in which they are trying to enter, and they are claiming that they may have to stand here for the entire day, and after that even the payment is not guaranteed on time.
16 करोड़ रुपए आए थे, योगी जी ने दिए थे, 16 रुपए भी नहीं लग रहे इस मिल में जी। ये सारे मिल का सारे भ्रष्ट बैठे यहाँ सब इसमें, योगी जी ने करा तो सोचा तो बढ़िया, पर यो 16 रुपये भी नहीं लगाई इसमें। सारा मिल रोज 24 घंटे में 4 घंटे चले मुश्किल थे जी।
अंदर प्रॉब्लम ये है, हम सुबह के आ रहे, यो मुश्किल से सुबह से अब तक 1 घंटा चला होगा, चले कम खराब ज्यादा हो।
The region had voted for the BJP in the last assembly elections. But the mood is changing due to the ongoing agitation of the farmer unions.
इसी वजह से तो नाराज हो रहे हैं ये जो ये कानून से उसमें वो कर रहे, जो टिकैत जा रहे हैं वहाँ धरना टेक रहे, नहीं तो सभी नहीं गया ना थे सारा किसान। इन्हें कोई हराने वाला था, या पार्टी तो बढ़िया काम कर रही थी, इन्हें कोई भी सरकार का कौन हटाने वाला, गलत नहीं बताया था, बढ़िया काम कर रहे थे। इसमें यहीं वो कर दिया इन्होंने, मोदी ने यहीं वो कर दिया और कुछ नहीं तो सब आदमी बढ़िया इसमें पार्टी में।
The politics within the BJP and the anger in the farmer belt is now denting the saffron party's votes.
जब से भाजपा आई कोई एक पैसा नहीं बढ़ाते, कोई और गवर्नमेंट हमें बढ़ा दे पैसा, ये भाव बिल्कुल नहीं बढ़ाते। ये घटाने की सोचे, बढ़ाने की कोई नहीं सोचते कभी भी। किसानों के खिलाफ सरकार है, किसानों के बाद इससे खिलाफ वोट देगा।
हमारा टाइम पे पेमेंट नहीं आ रहा, गंडा नहीं ले रहा मिल, जितने कहता है 450 का भाव दे, मोदी कह गया था यहाँ गंडे का भाव हमें 200 भी नहीं मिल रहा कलेसर पे।
पैसे तो कभी टाइम पे मिले ही नहीं, हमने देखे नहीं कभी टाइम पे मिलते हुए। और अब भाजपा के शासनकाल में रेट भी नहीं बढ़ा। सबसे बड़ी बात जो है, पहले लोग आवे थे वे रेट तो बढ़ा देते थे कुछ, इनमें कोई रेट भी नहीं बढ़ा।
The BJP is hoping it can placate the farmers before the elections. The Narendra Modi government on Thursday raised the support price for Kharif crops. It will look to pacify sugarcane farmers also in the near future. With Abhishek Anand, Bureau Report, India Today.
So if the BJP is ironing out all problems and issues in Uttar Pradesh, there is also a crisis that's brewing for the Congress in poll-bound Punjab. And Capt Amarinder Singh has established that there's only one captain in Punjab. That's what at least a poster is screaming in Amritsar. Navjot Singh Sidhu is the voice of the farmers, and the people of Punjab screams back. Another poster says in Patiala. There is, as you can make out, an all-out poster war between the feuding factions in Punjab, as neither side are willing to cede an inch. Elections are less than a year away, and the fratricidal war in the Congress appears to only be intensifying.
The Congress in Punjab is divided like never before. The face-off between CM Amarinder Singh and Navjot Singh Sidhu has turned into an all-out poster war. Months ahead of assembly polls, the two leaders have started making forays into each other's bastions. Sidhu's supporters have erected his posters in Captain's constituency, Patiala. The posters read, "Punjab stands with Sidhu." This was in retaliation to posters erected by Amarinder's followers in Sidhu's constituency, Amritsar. The posters gave a loud and clear message. There can be only one captain.
कैप्टन ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਕੈਪਟਨ ਇੱਕ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਵਾਟਰ ਟਰਮੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਐਕਟ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਵੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਕਿਸਾਨੀ ਮੁੱਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਡਰੱਗਸ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਹੋਣ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਨਾਲ ਜਿੱਤਣ ਦੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਹੋਵੇ, ਅੱਜ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਖੜਿਆ ਵਾ ਉਹ ਸੀਐਮ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਖੜੇ ਨੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਲੀਡ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਅੱਗੇ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਸੀਐਮ ਸਾਹਿਬ 2022 'ਚ ਲੀਡ ਕਰਨਗੇ।
Just last month, Captain had openly challenged Sidhu to contest against him in Patiala. The poster war is a clear evidence that Sidhu, who is considered close to the Gandhi clan, has taken the challenge head-on. The party itself downplays the fight as a mere difference of opinion.
Democratic institutions में, लोकतंत्र में जहाँ पार्टी सिस्टम होती है वहाँ पर डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन हो सकते हैं और एक दूसरे की बात के लिए मनवाने के लिए हाईकमांड के पास आते रहते हैं। इसमें कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है।
The Congress is believed to have an edge over the Akali Dal in the coming elections. Party men now fear the factional feud can change the equations if an early solution is not found.
Sidhu has shifted his base to Patiala. Captain had openly challenged him to contest election against him. What remains to be seen is whether the formula being suggested by the three-member panel will be acceptable to both or not. With video journalist Dilip Sahu, this is Manjeet Sehgal in Chandigarh for India Today.
Now, there's been a lot of focus on the Nushrat Jahan and Nikhil Jain marriage saga after the TMC MP claimed that the marriage between her and Nikhil Jain was null and void because it wasn't under the Indian law. Nikhil Jain has now broken his silence, saying that he feels cheated.
This was Nusrat Jahan and Nikhil Jain in 2019 in Turkey. She was a superstar who had just become an MP and he, a reputed businessman from Kolkata. But their fairy tale is now turning into a very public, personal feud. While Nusrat claims that there was no marriage between her and Nikhil Jain and that it could best be described as a live-in relationship, Nikhil claims that the two lived together as husband and wife and introduced themselves as a married couple. He also alleges that he asked her to register their marriage several times, but Nusrat always avoided his requests.
How long, since when have you guys been, separated?
I mean, yeah, we've been separated.
Yes, since?
We've been separated since November last year. November, yeah.
Nikhil claims that Nusrat's behavior started changing after August 2020. While she was shooting for a film with Yash Dasgupta and Mimi Chakrabarti. The war of words does not stop here. Nusrat Jahan has also accused Nikhil Jain of accessing her bank accounts illegally. She also alleged that Nikhil and his family had held back her family jewelry and other assets. Nikhil now claims that Nusrat left his apartment in November 2020 with all her personal belongings, and that it was him who transferred money into the TMC MP's account to help her repay a home loan.
Civil suit that you have filed, it's for a divorce or mutual separation?
It's for the annulment of the marriage.
It's for the annulment of the marriage that had happened in Turkey, in Turkey, right?
That's true, yeah.
Nikhil Jain says that he feels cheated and that there is no truth in allegations levelled by Nusrat Jahan. He has now filed a civil suit against her. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's move on to the latest COVID updates. Now, with the second wave of the deadly coronavirus tapering off, the Karnataka death toll is showing discrepancies of data for the month of June, as the backlog of previous months was also added to this month. Congress in the state has alleged that the government has suppressed facts.
The number of deaths is in a very reasonable number, and we do not require the temporary facilities. So therefore the temporary facilities are being decommissioned. The number of deaths, if you see the bulletin, it is ranging between 40 to 50 every day, and that can be easily handled by the existing capacity.
The worst of second wave is behind us, says Bengaluru Civic Body Chief Gaurav Gupta. But the story is not as simple and sweet as it sounds. Diving deep into the city's health bulletin for the month of June reveals a startling detail. On June 1st, deaths reported in the city were 464, but 246 of these were backlog of previous months. This wasn't a one-time affair. On June 2nd, 463 deaths were reported. 222 of them were backlog, and for next several days, this pattern was witnessed. June 3rd, 514 deaths reported, 239 were backlog. June 4th, 364 deaths reported, 160 were backlog. And this goes on. The total reconciliation of deaths from May 1st to June 8th were a staggering 4,675. This means over 4,500 deaths were added over a month. The opposition has accused the government of suppressing facts.
They are suppressing the facts. They are not giving the true figures. The reality is something, reporting something. They are under-reporting a number of things.
The Yediyurappa government maintains that this discrepancy was entirely due to a communication gap. But the new death figures raise questions over the authenticity of the government's data shared during the peak of the second wave. With Nolan Pinto in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.